I know Bruno, my partner, my business partner, since we are 15 years old. We met where we were as kids in school, but we have different talent. He is very gifted in creation. He has, as far as I remember, he has always been good creative designing, and I'm more into the business side, but we share the same passion, which is when we were younger, about design and about watches. And this is how it all started. And after, let's say that we have met the right competence with different people, and as you can notice in the logo, in the center of the logo, there is the N%, and this N%, what does it symbolize? It symbolizes union of competence, and the union of competence for us is between engineers, watchmakers, professional users, and of course the designer. The designer is the chief of orchestra for every product. So let's say that this is how it all started, with having the passion, with the right friend, and finding the right competence to develop the business. I think history is interesting to keep in mind, but also because I believe that tradition, where watchmaking is about also understanding that we don't develop products by coincidence, and there is a tradition behind all that. This is the story of the WW1 pocket watch, I think our approach is not to stay stuck to the past and just to make a replica of the past. We need to give a glimpse of modernity, and with Ben & Ross we also always give this glimpse of modernity. Why military watches are so important in watchmaking? If you remember, before 20th century, in 19th century or before, men would wear only a pocket watch, and it was only women or very queens who would wear a wristwatch. But in World War I, pilots had to drive the plane to fight the enemy, and they say, I cannot go and take out of my pocket watch, so please fix this pocket watch onto the wrist. So here appears WW1, standing for wristwatch 1, or the period, World War I. So this is WW1. This momentum, this key momentum that watchmakers had to jump from the pocket watch to the wrist. The techniques evolved, more sophistication, and then Second World War also developed the techniques. I will show you probably later the WW2 that we have done according to the bomber inspiration. And appearance of the jets, 70s, BR02, and end of our evolution. One of the iconic watches that we have done, BR01, inspired by the dashboard. So, as you understand, we have two sources of inspiration. One, which is in every watchmaker's mind, which is the pocket watch. The second, which is very specific, which is the dashboard instrument. So we go from the dashboard to the wrist, or from the pocket to the wrist. When we explore the different periods, World War II is also interesting. So here we go from the World War II, and we get inspiration from this object, which was the object that the bombers who were in the plane would keep on their leg. And going from that, we have developed the WW2 with this peculiar bezel to be able to manipulate with gloves, and it's a regulator with a left crown hand, and also you have lugs which are flexible, so it makes that it stays perfectly on your waist. It adapts to the shape of your waist. The second project that is interesting was all the development about the heritage, which is based on what was aviation during the 60s, and we have developed this line, which is one of the, we were the first to make this kind of combination. And when you, probably when you have seen last Basel Fair, you have seen that we have maybe influenced some of the people in the industry, because this kind of combination with the natural leather strap, those sand color numbers and hands on the black dial are today more and more popular among many brands. But we have jumped into another development, which is golden heritage, giving more luxury to this concept of heritage. So you understand that in creation we take the inspiration of key periods of history of aviation world, but then we don't stay stuck to those. We do not just make replicas. We give modernity touch. Everything concerning us relates to passion of watches, and I think maybe if we can transmit something, it is to show to someone who loves watches and who is young that it's possible to do something in the watch industry. And when we started, it was we had this passion, but we didn't have the money to. I mean, the money that we put in the company was the price of this watch. So, I mean, it's not that expensive, but we had a lot of passion, and we had a vision, I think, in terms of type of watches we wanted to produce, and this shows to younger people, younger generation, that when you have a clear vision about what you want to do, and when you put your energy into it, you have a chance to achieve it. Of course, in the road there are some steps that are dangerous, and you need to be careful. But if you're prudent, I think, this is what I've learned in Business Lab, that nothing is impossible.